Why Japan perfects every food it touches. The hidden Japanese art of reinventing food. Why does Japan make foreign food feel so Japanese? Ramen came from China. Curry came through India and Britain. Tempura was influenced by Portugal. Bread came from the West. Cutlets came from Europe. And yet today, many people around the world think of ramen, Japanese, curry, tempura, melonpan, omurice, and tonkatsu as part of Japanese food culture. How did this happen? How did Japan take foods from other countries and transform them into something completely its own? Maybe the answer is not simply taste. Maybe it is a deeper part of Japanese culture. The ability to observe, adapt, refine, simplify, balance, and improve something little by little until it fits perfectly into everyday life. In Japan, foreign food is rarely copied exactly. It is studied, adjusted, softened, balanced, and slowly transformed. Not to erase where it came from, but to make it meaningful in a new place. This may be one of Japan's greatest hidden talents, not only creating new things, but perfecting what already exists. Chapter 1. Japan does not simply copy. When people talk about food, they often ask one question. Is it authentic? Is this the real version? Is this how people eat it in the original country? But Japan often approaches food differently. Instead of asking only, is this authentic? Japan often asks, how can this fit our lives? How can it match our taste? How can it work with rice? How can it feel balanced? How can it become something people eat not once, but again and again? This is important, because Japanese food culture is not only about preserving tradition, it is also about adaptation. Japan has always absorbed ideas from outside: writing systems, religion, architecture, technology, fashion, food. But what makes Japan interesting is that these influences rarely remain unchanged. They are filtered through Japanese taste, through daily life, through seasonality, through presentation, through subtlety, through the desire for balance. The result is something familiar, but different, foreign, but Japanese, borrowed, but transformed. Chapter 2. The power of kaizen in food. One reason Japan is so good at changing food is the mindset of improvement. The Japanese idea of kaizen means continuous improvement. Small changes, small refinements, small adjustments repeated over time. This idea is often used in business, factories, craftsmanship, product design, but it also appears in food. A ramen shop does not simply make soup, it adjusts the broth. The noodles, the oil, the toppings, the bowl, the temperature, the timing, the sound of the first slurp. A curry shop adjusts sweetness, spice, thickness, rice texture, portion size. A bakery adjusts softness, moisture, sweetness, shape, packaging. Everything can be improved, not dramatically, but quietly. A little less salt, a little more sweetness, a softer texture, a cleaner presentation, a better balance. Over time, these small adjustments create something new. Japan's talent is not always invention from zero. Sometimes it is the art of refinement, taking something already good and asking, how can this become even better for us? Chapter 3. Ramen. From Chinese noodles to Japanese obsession. Ramen is one of the clearest examples. Its roots are connected to Chinese noodle dishes. But in Japan, ramen became something else entirely. It became a world of its own. Shoyu ramen, miso ramen, shoyo ramen, tonkatsu ramen, chicken broth, seafood broth, thick noodles, thin noodles, straight noodles, curly noodles. Every region developed its own style. Every shop developed its own identity. This is where Japanese refinement becomes obvious. Ramen is not only noodles and soup, it is balance, broth, noodles, oil, toppings, aroma, texture, temperature. Every element matters. A bowl of ramen is often judged by how all the parts work together. Not too heavy, not too weak, not too salty, not too plain. Everything must support everything else. This is one reason ramen became so powerful. Japan did not only adopt noodles, it turned noodles into a craft. a personal expression, a regional identity, a cultural obsession, and eventually, something the world now sees as Japanese. Chapter 4. Japanese Curry. Comfort over heat. Curry is another powerful example. When many people think of curry, they imagine strong spices, heat, intensity, complex aromas. But Japanese curry became something different, thicker, milder, sweeter, comforting, usually served with rice. Often eaten with a spoon, it became school lunch, family dinner. A quick restaurant meal, a home-cooked favorite. Japanese curry is not trying to be Indian curry. It is not trying to be British curry either. It became its own category. This is important. Japan did not ask, how can we make the most authentic curry? It asked, how can curry become part of Japanese daily life? The answer was balance.com. Make it easy to eat, make it comforting.com. Make it family friendly, make it fit rice, make it repeatable. This is why Japanese curry became so beloved. It is not a rare special dish. It is everyday comfort, and that may be the secret. Japan often transforms foreign food by making it usable in ordinary life. Not just impressive.com, repeatable.com, reliable. Chapter 5. Tempura. Foreign influence. Japanese sensibility. Tempura is often seen around the world as classic Japanese food. Light batter, crisp texture, seasonal vegetables, seafood, a delicate dipping sauce. But tempura was influenced by Portuguese cooking methods introduced centuries ago. What makes it Japanese is what happened afterward. Japan refined it, the batter became light, the frying became precise, the presentation became elegant, the ingredients became seasonal. Instead of heavy fried food, tempura became something delicate. This shows a key part of Japanese taste. Japan often takes something rich or strong and gives it restraint. Not too oily, not too heavy, not too much. Even fried food can become refined. Tempura is not only about frying, it is about timing, temperature, texture, silence. The moment when something is crisp but still light. This is Japanese adaptation at its best. It does not simply change the ingredient, it changes the feeling. Chapter 6. Yoshoku. When Western food became Japanese. One of the most interesting categories in Japanese cuisine is Yoshoku. Western-style Japanese food. These dishes often look Western at first, but they are deeply Japanese in how they are eaten, seasoned, and understood. Omeris Napolitan Spaghetti, Doria, ham, bagu, tonkatsu, cream croquettes. These foods did not simply remain foreign, they became Japanese comfort food. Omeris wraps ketchup-flavored rice inside a soft omelet. Napolitan uses spaghetti, ketchup, peppers, onions, and sausage in a way that feels completely different from Italian pasta. Tonkatsu took the idea of a cutlet and made it fit Japanese rice meals, served with shredded cabbage, rice miso soup, sauce. Suddenly a Western-style fried cutlet becomes part of a Japanese set meal. This is the genius of Yoshoku. It creates a bridge, foreign enough to feel exciting, Japanese enough to feel familiar. That balance is difficult, to foreign, and people may not eat it every day, too familiar, and it loses novelty. Yoshoku found the middle, and that middle became comfort. Chapter 7. Japan changes flavor without losing respect. Some people might ask, is changing foreign food disrespectful? But in many cases, Japan's approach is not rejection, it is translation. Food must speak the language of the people who eat it, not only literally, but emotionally. A flavor that feels normal in one country may feel too strong in another. A portion size that works in one culture may feel too heavy in another. A spice level that feels exciting to one group may feel uncomfortable to another. So, Japan adjusts. Less heat, more umami, softer textures, cleaner presentation, smaller portions, better balance with rice, more seasonal ingredients. This is not always about making food better in an absolute sense. It is about making it belong. Food becomes successful when it enters daily life, when children eat it, when families cook it, when convenience stores sell it, when school lunches serve it, when people crave it on a normal Tuesday night. That is when foreign food becomes local. Chapter 8. The role of umami. One reason Japan adapts food so well is the deep understanding of umami. Umami is savory depth, a feeling of richness that is not simply salty. It appears in dashi, miso, soy sauce, seaweed, mushrooms, fermented foods, bonito-aged ingredients. Japanese cooking often uses umami to create satisfaction without relying only on fat, sugar, or heavy seasoning. This affects how foreign foods are transformed. Ramen becomes deeper through broth. Curry becomes rounder and more comforting. Pasta becomes sweeter, softer, and more nostalgic. Hamburger becomes juicy but balanced with sauce, rice, and vegetables. Even convenience store sandwiches are often adjusted for softness, balance, and gentle flavor. Japan's food culture understands that people do not only want strong taste, they want harmony. The taste should not attack. It should invite. This is why many Japanese versions of foreign foods feel comforting. They are often designed to be eaten repeatedly, not once for shock, but many times for satisfaction. Chapter 9. Texture matters as much as taste. In Japan, texture is extremely important. Food is not judged only by flavor. It is judged by mouthfeel, crisp, chewy, fluffy, silky, light, springy. This is one reason Japanese versions of foreign foods can feel different. Japanese bread is often softer. Japanese pancakes can be fluffier. Japanese pasta may be cooked and sauced differently. Japanese fried foods often aim for crispness without heaviness. Even sweets are adjusted for texture. Not only sweetness, the mouthfeel must feel pleasant, balanced, careful. This attention to texture is one of Japan's hidden strengths. Many countries focus on bold flavor. Japan often asks another question: how does it feel when you eat it? That question changes everything. A food may taste good, but if it feels too heavy, too dry, too oily, or too rough, it will not become beloved in the same way. Japan refines texture until food becomes comfortable. This is a quiet skill, but it is one of the reasons Japanese food adaptation works so well. Chapter 10. Convenience stores prove the point. If you want to understand Japanese food adaptation, look at JapaneseConvenienceStores.com, Sandwiches.com, TouchesThe.com, fried chicken, curry bread, rice balls, desserts, coffee, seasonal sweets. Many of these foods did not begin in Japan, but inside Japanese convenience stores, they are refined into everyday products. A sandwich is not just a sandwich. The bread must be soft. The filling must be balanced. The packaging must be clean. The portion must feel right. A dessert is not only sweet, it must look beautiful, feel light, change with the season. A fried chicken snack must be easy to eat, crisp, consistent, Convenience store food shows Japan's food philosophy in modern form. Take something ordinary. Improve every detail. Make it accessible. Make it reliable. Make it feel thoughtful. This is why visitors are often shocked by Japanese convenience stores. They expect quick food, but they find care. That is very Japanese. Even ordinary things can be refined. Chapter 11. Japan makes food fit the season. Another reason Japan adapts food well is seasonality. Japanese culture pays close attention to seasons. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, cherry blossoms, rainy season, autumn leaves, snow. Food often changes with time. This affects even foreign foods. Sakura-flavored sweets, seasonal drinks, autumn chestnut desserts, winter stews, summer cold noodles, limited time menus. Japan understands that food feels more meaningful when it connects to the moment. A foreign food can be made Japanese by placing it inside the Japanese calendar. It is not only about flavor, it is about timing. A dish becomes more emotional when it belongs to a season. This is why Japan can take a Western dessert and make it feel Japanese, not only by changing ingredients, but by giving it a seasonal mood. A strawberry shortcake becomes connected to Christmas. A chestnut dessert becomes autumn. A sakura sweet becomes spring. Food becomes memory. Chapter 12. The balance between novelty and familiarity. One of the hardest things in food culture is balance. People want something new, but not too strange. They want excitement, but also comfort. Japan is very good at this balance. A new food is often introduced with familiar elements. Rice, soy sauce, miso, dashi, soft textures, small portions, beautiful packaging, seasonal flavors. This makes foreign food easier to accept. It allows people to explore without feeling lost. This is one reason Japan can absorb so many foods. It does not force people to choose between foreign and Japanese. It creates a middle space, a space where both can exist. This is not only food, it is a cultural skill. Japan often creates harmony between outside influence and local identity. The result is not pure imitation, it is transformation. Chapter 13. Why this matters beyond food. The way Japan adapts food teaches something bigger. Modern people often think originality means creating something completely new, but Japan shows another path. Originality can come from refinement, from observation, from patience, from making something fit a real human life. A bowl of ramen, a plate of curry, a piece of tonkatsu, a convenience store sandwich. These may seem like simple foods, but behind them is a way of thinking. Do not rush, observe carefully, respect the original, but do not be afraid to change it. Improve small details, make it useful, make it beautiful, make it fit daily life. This is a powerful lesson, because many things in life are not improved by dramatic reinvention. They are improved by small, thoughtful adjustments. Food is only one example. The deeper lesson is Japanese adaptability. Ending. The Japanese art of making food belong. So why is Japan so good at improving foreign food? Maybe because Japan does not simply copy, it listens, it observes, it adapts, it refines, it asks what people actually need. Not only what is traditional, not only what is authentic, but what can become part of life. That is how foreign food becomes Japanese. Chinese noodles become ramen, curry becomes Japanese curry, Western cutlets become tonkatsu, pasta becomes Napolitan, an omelette becomes omurice, bread becomes soft, sweet, and uniquely Japanese. Each dish carries a trace of another culture, but also a new identity. This is not about replacing the original. It is about creating another version of meaning. Perhaps that is Japan's hidden genius. Not only preserving tradition, but transforming what it receives into something deeply human, something balanced, something comforting, something people can return to again and again. In the end, Japan does not just change food, it makes food belong. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, consider subscribing for more timeless Japanese wisdom, philosophies, and life lessons for modern life.